This is Sherry Bevan from the Career Conversations group over on Facebook, and today I'm answering another career confidence question live in the group. So if you're watching me, please do say hi, and if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay so that I know you've had time to catch up. So the question that I've been asked today is somebody who's job hunting because they're facing redundancy, they're not actually there yet, and she said she's just got so much to do. She's got lists and lists and lists of things to do, and she ends up just not really getting any of it done. She sorted out her jumper drawer. She's, reorganised the kitchen cupboards, but she hasn't actually done any of the stuff that she thinks she needs to do in order to find a job. Sometimes when you're job hunting, particularly if you're facing redundancy, that not getting around to doing anything, that procrastination, sometimes that can be due to feeling somewhat in denial about the whole situation, and you're not sure that you're not sure, you haven't actually accepted the situation yet. But sometimes it's just because there is so much you could do and it's difficult to know where to get started. So if that's you, if you are currently job hunting, if you're feeling like you're in complete overwhelm, you've got lists and lists of things to do, and you realise that at the end of the day all you've done is tidy your jumper drawer and sort out the kitchen cupboard, then my workshop next Thursday, 22nd of October, is aimed at people like you. I'm going to be sharing 10 simple things that you can do to get you started on that job hunt, things that you can do on LinkedIn. So come and join me on Thursday. But I'm going to give you a few ideas now. So first of all, with the overwhelm itself, sometimes when you're feeling that overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to actually not do anything. Put everything down, go for a walk, go for a dance, go for a run. Just go and do something physical that completely takes your mind off of things. Sometimes before you go, you can say to yourself, right, when I get back, I'm going to get one thing done. And then don't think about it while you're walking or running or dancing, whatever physical activity you've chosen. But then when you get back, just do the first thing that pops into your mind. If you've got actual lists, then another method that I often suggest is, take those lists, put them down, shut your eyes, and just pick one and just do it. Sometimes we don't get started because we don't know what the best step to start is. We don't know, if we do this next, then what do I need to do after that? But sometimes to get that momentum going, to get taking action gives you the energy, it gives you the momentum. So sometimes just starting with anything, and it really doesn't matter what step you take, just get started, even if you don't know what the next step after that is going to be, because often that will come and show itself up to you. But things you can do on LinkedIn, some really quick things that you can do on LinkedIn that I'm going to share in my workshop on Thursday next week. Making sure you're very clear on what your career goal is, what type of job are you looking for, making sure you're very clear on the keywords that you need to be using, so the keywords that potential employers or potential recruiters might be looking for, and then making sure those keywords are scattered throughout your summary, your experience, and in your headline as well. Asking for recommendations from co-workers. It doesn't always have to be your manager that gives you a recommendation. It could be somebody you've worked with, worked alongside, maybe a client that you've worked with, or indeed a supplier that you've worked with. Other things that you can do is ask for help. People want to help. People are very willing to help, but often they don't know what help to offer. They don't know what the best thing to do is. So ask people for help and give them very specific things that they can help you with. Ask for introductions. If you know somebody that works at a company and you're interested in a role there, ask to find out what's that company like. Ask about the company values. Ask people to keep an eye out for you on their own internal job sites, career posts in their local company. So there's lots of things you can do to ask for help. So I've covered a few different things here today that you can do if you are facing overwhelm. One of the other things, if you haven't got the lists written down, then my advice is get a timer, set it up for 15 minutes, get pen and paper, set the timer, and then actually write down everything that you need to get done. Just get it out of your brain, because often when we're so overloaded in our brain, there's so much going on in our head, it means we can't think straight. It's actually the prefrontal cortex. It just stops functioning because it's got no space to maneuver. So by getting it all out down on paper, it gives you a bit more freedom, a bit more clear space to think and to make decisions. So get it all down on paper, time yourself, so just give yourself 15 minutes, and then when that 15 minutes is up, then what you can do is review that list and prioritise. So, highlight in a colour the ones that are really urgent, and also cross off the list the things that you should have done ages ago and nobody's noticed that you haven't done them, and actually, do they really need doing? So you can use that to decide whether things are urgent but not important, or not important and not urgent, and therefore do they really need doing. So hopefully these few tips today have helped you if you are kind of struggling with overwhelm when you're job hunting. If you want to come and get more career tips, then please do come over to my Career Conversations group if you're not already there. Otherwise, I'll be back next week answering another one of your questions live. So thank you for listening to me today.